It's just a dream my wife had, which was presenting to her, and I started writing it down in chat, but I didn't finish it. Any case, she had this sense that she was being presented, or had this idea of a kind of a, she called it a belief, that was of a universe that and world here that includes many humans who are really aliens and who don't know this mostly, but whom they share the desire for a unity and or finding their real home or place, whatever. This was presented as a desire to find or know a mate, something like a soulmate or a special person in the universe, being, or an escape land that is they're being provided with as a place to meet or be with this alien self they are, and in its more natural habitat or more comfort place. Yet in the dream, she realized this was like the aliens were, this invitation was like a carrot that was being used to have these beings go to, and something like the afterlife there, this, in other words, it was all very presented in a way that made it look like this was a best alternative or a best way. Nonetheless, she wasn't saying that it was a fool's gold necessarily, or that it wasn't worthwhile. It's just that it was being presented in such a way to look like their desires being fulfilled, and or their hopes or connection, let's say, with the original planet or space that they would come from. And I thought that she actually presented to me by discussing it, sharing it, she was presenting it in a way that was like the belief idea was being presented or shared, but she didn't mention much about the experiences of what it was like or who was there or any experience related. It was more like the idea of the experience. And I thought that's interesting also, getting the idea of ideas, which is a really good spot for one to gain, because once one sees that it's just all these things are ideas rather than realities of truth or true reality. It's not the true reality life is, and as such, that idea is identifiable once we identify it. And that's sort of how it was with the discussion or share about what this experience or dream was. And I like that. I thought I'd share that. I recently had this idea in my head somewhere also about a soulmate or a star mate in my little thought process about finding someone who in the universe is that person that shares very closely, or that kind of idea, which is the carrot also. Because what it came down to, I think, was relating that I said to her that you're having experiences that are co-incidental or co-concordant with the group and with others, with the new you, and with the all is, that is, in the sense of it being, she's concurrent with that also, just like we all are in our own way. And this idea might be something that had been presented recently because of the influx of people identifying or recognizing something to do with the alienation and this perhaps the alien armada visitations and the coordination. I'll just relate this one other way, that there was a psychic I have listened to a little bit recently who was talking about how they can't let everybody know all of it all at once, or get it through all these voices coming through all at once to share it, or the all is, that is, but really in the more local or global or in a quasi-universal sense, I mean, you know, like planets and our local universe, let's say. Our galaxy is just a culmination of all different stars. And so that is as a connection point. There was another coordination that came to me that was related to this, but I think I won't. That takes it off a little bit further. Instead, I just leave it right there, because it's all a relation to the same thing, where everyone is getting the real all the time, and then it's coming through all these parts and individual experiences and co-referencing, relevant or not, but usually somewhat relevant, and some are spectacularly good. And I think that's what one of the things the new you is really prevalent, and let's call it prognostication, like in a higher prognostication, because all we're doing is kind of saying this is what's going on now, and that now is going to be different and new tomorrow or whenever, next moment even. And so that's it, without yada, yada, yada. Say thank you. Thanks, Val. I think that's good. All right, new you.
Thank you, Peter.
That's my new you share. Thank you, Val.